guess you'd have to say this is a pretty hot topic because it was the biggest political scandal we've had in years, if ever, certainly in the city. And she was at the centre of it, and everybody was talking about her, but nobody actually really heard from her, at least on camera. She'd been hiding from the cameras. So, of course, all the media, all the programs wanted her. Bevan Chuang, you're a hard woman to track down.
I have been in hiding for a little while.
She was offered thousands of dollars to talk to other media, which she turned down. And the thing to really point out, and I've seen it speculated on the web, was that we paid her. We did not pay her. She did it for free, and she did it in preference to us against other media that were offering a lot of money.
I think it is about time for me to say my story.
What actually made her decide, I think, to go with me was that I said from the outset, we do not want to go over the salacious details of the mayor's performance. You know, she didn't want to actually say too much about the mayor, really, because in any case she'd apologised to the family, and she didn't really want to revive that. She wanted really to talk about the how she was tricked, as she puts it, into revealing all those salacious details in that affidavit. But you know, I think she realised, though, you can't talk about one without explaining the other, putting Len Brown in some context. So we had to do that.
How did your view of Bevan Chuang change as you did the story?
Well, of course, I had the view that everybody else had. You know, I guess, you know, she seemed to be this unknown person who was scheming and used power, her position for power, etc., etc. You know, that's the way she's been portrayed. I didn't really know, though, what she was really like, and you always have to go in with an open mind about that. What I found was that she's highly intelligent. She's made some foolish decisions, and she's been very candid. She was very candid about her foolishness. And I think that was her endearing characteristic, that she was open. You know, Bevan Chuang is what she is. You know, she's a romantic. She loves love. She doesn't make any secret about that. And she didn't, you know, try to conceal the fact that she'd had these relationships. So she was quite upfront about those things, but also upfront about the fact she'd made some bad choices.
And impulsive?
Impulsive, and by her own admission, driven by this thing she finds, you know, and this was told to me by her friends as well, that even sort of forget romance, you know, generally when people wanted to do something, she'll say, oh yes, I'll do it. And she is, you know, has been working a huge amount for the Chinese community at a political level, never saying no. Trouble is that spilt over into her private life as well.
There are times in life where people can see that you need some help and they can take advantage of it.
The general attitude of mainstream media is we don't go looking for this kind of scandal. We prefer to judge politicians by their politics, you know, rather than all the other stuff. This, though, we had our faces rubbed in it because it was up on the web, and that information anarchy, you know, that exists out there, and where it's a free-for-all. And so once it was up there, we couldn't ignore it. I can see there is a public interest in the fact, though, that Len Brown had put forward a family platform and he hadn't been really leading the ideal family life. There is a justification. But we wouldn't have gone digging for that, like let's find out what we can, you know, let's find out about Len Brown's love life and hire a private detective. That is done overseas by mainstream media, it's not done here. And, you know, I'd rather, I'd rather just talk about their politics and their policies than what goes on in the bedroom.